Hey, you right? What's got you puzzled?
Oh man, I'm just a bit confused. I'm not too sure what I want to go from here for this manga. Like, I've got Chainsaw, but that's just not good enough, you know?
Hey man, maybe you just need to look at it from a different angle or something, you know? Think a bit harder about it and maybe something will come up.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It's just frustrating. Wait a fucking minute. I've got it!
Oh, by Jove, I think you've got it!
What in the world? Chainsaw Man! Fuck yes, I get to talk about Chainsaw Man, dude. This manga. Oh man. Okay, Chainsaw Man is a post-apocalyptic horror, action, thriller, weekly shonen manga made by Tatsuki Fujimoto. And oh, fuck, dude, I've been excited to talk about this shit. A friend of mine, Charles, or Scaringo as people know him by, introduced me to this manga and I've fallen in love. To put it ever so lightly. Anyway, I'm gonna stop blabbering and I'm actually gonna talk about how fucking great this thing is. So, our protagonist, Denji, is a simple man. A very simple man. He's quite poor. He lives in like a fucking shack. He eats scraps out of the bin. He's like the lowest of low at this point, and he's semi-satisfied with his life. It's just him and his little pet dog that just happens to have a giant fucking chainsaw hanging out of his face. Just normal fucking little boy. Basically, his job is to clear out devils/demons in his area to get money, to get by, to survive. Anyway, so the Yakuza, they've had enough of him and they just want to torture him. So basically, all these fucking demons and devils start running around killing him. Then he fuses with his dog to survive. So then he becomes Chainsaw Man. How fucking cool is that? That's better than Batman, that's better than Superman. That's better than Kleenex Man. Basically, after Denji goes full chainsaw, that's what I'm gonna start calling it, by the way, he rips and tears through a number of devils, and then we're introduced to another main character, Makima, who works for the public service, and then takes Denji under her wing as her, in quotations, pet, but basically just, I don't know, she's the boss. And here's where the underlying plot sort of begins. I don't really want to get too far into it because I want you guys to read it for yourself, because this is like, it's better read without knowing anything. Denji's main goal was to touch boobs. That was his whole goal. And then his whole goal was crushed when he didn't feel anything out of it. It's just so simple. The art style for Chainsaw Man is really sketchy and dirty. Most shonen manga that I've read have had this real clean, kind of cut look to it. And this does something completely different. Much like Berserk and Gantz, it has this dark feel to it almost all the time, yet it goes to this real cartoony look every so often, and it's, I don't know, it's really unique. I love it. I love it. The Eternity Devil arc is my favorite arc in the whole manga. It's, I think, like the third or second arc. After a few chapters, you'll see it, and you'll know what I mean. All these characters stuck in this extremely awkward, terrible situation where they can't escape this hotel. I want to speak more about it, but I don't want to spoil it. It's just so good. And later on, you get to see what hell looks like. And let me tell you, hell doesn't look like hell. Hell looks like something completely different. You know what? I'm just going to show you this panel, this one panel, and it'll speak for itself. Like, look at that. I would put that on my fridge. That is art. That goes in a museum. But most importantly, it goes on my fridge. I don't think I have anything bad to say about this manga. Chainsaw Man is something that everyone should experience. I honestly hope it becomes an anime one day. If I had one small gripe, is that they chuck a lot of characters in and you forget who's who sometimes. But then they kill off a few characters, then they introduce new characters to replace those characters. Ultimately, it works very well regardless. Look at this guy! He looks like Tom York! The guy from Radiohead. I don't usually read many comics/manga. I don't really read in general. I read subtitles on anime, or a little bit of Captain Underpants. Chainsaw Man's not afraid to take risks. They introduce characters, then they kill them off. You get attached to these characters, then they kill them off. Then you start to fall in love with a character, then they kill them off. If Chainsaw Man gets an anime adaptation, I will sew a chainsaw to my face. I will do it. I promise you.